Recording. So, we left off with everybody in the cave. So we're going to go back over to the cave. Kind of finish up here a little bit. So, I think last that I remember, we've scooped up the scythe and put it in the bag of holding because we found out there might be some nastiness to it. We talked with Michael, so he is aware that his sister is alive, maybe. And a conversation was had between David and Terrence. During that time, Betterduck and Muriel headed over towards the portal and were checking it out. I do not know if... Alright, so it does not look like any rolls were made for that. So, Muriel and Betterduck, I need you to make a... Let's see, what do I want you to make tonight? Let's start off with Let's start with insight checks.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to guide myself. Not that it's going to help too much. 12 total.
25.
Jeez,
Okay.
Better Duck.
Wow,
All
mine's not
right.
even showing up. There it is.
And it was fairly low. Since you were there, I was just gonna have you just kind of look around. So, and it was a combined for the two. So as you look at this portal, kind of along the outer ridges of it, there are various runes. Better Duck, I think you might understand at least some of it.
Given my background, would I understand any of it?
You do, yes. It looks vaguely familiar to you. You've seen it before with another portal.
Oh.
And it was actually the portal that Hermaeus
No.
Vale, had built.
I grab Better Duck by the collar and I haul him backwards away from this thing.
Uh,
Get back! back! Get a big back! Why is my
So-
doing that?
so as you guys were kind of close to it, Muriel, the tentacle that adorns your head, it wasn't stinging, it wasn't hurting, but there was a presence.
It tingles.
It tingles, yeah. You had tentacle tingles.
Wow.
That sounds so bad.
It does. I was gonna call him your Peter Tingles, like from Spider-Man, but that would have been really weird.
I'm
Please
glad
no.
you didn't go there.
Please, I beg you not to call it that.
Yeah. So your tentacle, it just kind of lets off. As you kind of back up, you notice that it kind of fades away. Testing it, kind of that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The closer you get, the more it tingles. The further away back you get, the less you draw from it. Yeah, that's where we're gonna start. You guys go ahead and tell me what you want to do.
I want to destroy that portal. Can I disrupt the runes?
And for Better Duck, with the 25, he's not the brightest crayon in the box, but with the 25, obviously okay, I guess DM, what would occur in Better Duck's mind to give that level of insight to this is not a good portal, or that makes sense in his brain considering?
So as you're looking at as you study the runes, you recognize that it's actually draconic in nature. They're not arcane runes; they're draconic runes. And as you stare further into it, a name kind of appears, but it's in a couple of different places. You get the name Vathnagoth.
Can you spell that for us?
Spelling is, and I actually said it wrong. The spelling for it is Vathnogof.
Okay. I heard it correctly.
Vathnogof.
More of a throaty pronunciation than that.
So outside of that definitely pops up. There's some scribblings in there that really just come back more towards the instructions for the sacrifices. So the sacrifices were definitely being used to fuel as the energy source for this portal. It looked like there was enough to almost open it, but not quite, which, remembering back to your letters that you received, you just kind of look over and realize that because they weren't able to sacrifice David or Michael, that they weren't actually able to completely open it.
Okay.
And yes, so Muriel, if you are going to break this bad boy down, do a strength. No, let's do a. Actually, yeah, just do a strength saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad. 17.
17. So as you kind of go over, and luckily, some of the rubble that had come down had kind of shaken it a little bit, kind of off kilter. And when it landed back down, it was already kind of propped up on a rock. So as you go over and you push it from kind of that left side, so kind of right in this area, you're easily able to kind of rock it back and forth, get it pushed over. It falls forward, completely cracks, and any tingling sensation that you were getting is now completely gone.
I grab my tentacle and I pull it down in front of my eyes and I say, "You stop that right now." And then I tuck it behind my ear.
All right, nice. So during this time, Michael he's kind of had a chance to gain his composure. He's walked over. He's talking with David back and forth. He looks over. He looks over at Terrence and Raja, and just says, "Heroes, listen. Thank you immensely for not only saving my sister but saving our lives. If at all possible, can we please get out of here?"
Terrence,
Oh,
Terrence at this point looks over and he's like, "Absolutely, we want to take you guys to safety. We want to make sure you're safe." So at that point, he's just
Yeah, we'll be taking you back to Lord Storm. So
yeah.
also, what did Muriel just do?
That's what I was
Why?
wanting to know.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Are you
So I
wondering
call
out
over-
loud?
So I call over to
Yeah,
It's
what-
okay.
what-
Her
what-
hair
what-
tell her to push things over. But it's okay. This
But your
dragon
hair can
portal.
talk?
No, it's. I'll explain later. I promise. It's just this isn't the place or the time. We've got 2 civilians to get out of this incredibly decrepit dungeon.
Well,
There you go, Mara. You can have your character back. Sorry.
Yay! Thank you.
So, just out of curiosity, is this the way out?
So
Going
the
this
way out would be kind of up the rubble and out,
Okay.
as the way south was completely blocked. Do we want to do anything else before we leave the room?
I mean, we
Um,
probably should investigate the room.
There's
for
a chest
loot.
over here that I've been looking
I
at.
see a
Sorry.
chest.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm gonna not dart. I'm gonna go over to it.
Yeah.
Can I cast detect magic on it?
Yeah, go ahead and cast Detect Magic on it.
Where did that go? Hang on. There it is. Do. I cast detect magic.
Okay. So as you cast Detect Magic, just the same items that kind of flashed before, flashed again. The chest does not look like it is, magically enhanced or anything like that.
May I check it for traps?
Yes. Do an investigation check.
Mara definitely just touches it. So, you know.
Then I'm gonna guide myself.
She's just like, touch.
Yes. One finger.
Seems to be
Hope.
So-
seems to be what our
Attempts to
Um,
open.
So Mora touches it with her finger. Nothing happens.
Alright. 13 and
Muriel just kind of looks around. Definitely, everything seems definitely up to snuff there.
I think it's safe to pop, guys.
Mara opens it.
All right.
I back
So
away first.
She's excited.
I back
trust
away
that.
already.
yeah, exactly. So as you open it up, you find that there's 300 gold.
Ooh.
There are several potions.
Would I be smart enough to know what those are?
Let's see.
Or would I?
a-
Wisdom check.
Yeah, do an insight check.
Okay.
You've been
Check
around.
mark,
You've
yeah.
been around church and stuff, so you might recognize at least some of them.
22.
Oh,
Both
yeah,
of us? Or,
yeah,
Oh, I'll never mind. I'll let her do it.
yeah. No, you're good. So there is there's one potion of fire breath. There is a potion of psychic resistance.
Ooh.
There are two other ones. One is a potion of heroism,
Nice.
and one is a potion of stone giant strength.
Ooh. That'll
I
come in
could
handy.
see adding that to a very strong dragonborn or paladin and us going through something hard.
Or barbarian, for that matter. I mean,
Oh yeah, or barbarian. That's true.
Oh, fight for it. Fight.
party is full of things.
Potion
Bag of
of
holding?
psychic resistance. Psychic.
So, for the sake of my own sanity, I'm gonna add those just
Thank
into
you.
Muriel's backpack, not Muriel, Mara's backpack, and then we can, you guys can figure out what to do with them from there.
Okay.
Fancy.
Wait,
Yeah,
Did you
I
put
hear
the 300 gold in there
does
too?
Mara have them?
Yeah, I will jot down the gold, and then
Or we
as you
can
guys
just-
decide,
Or we can just all add
Does
50
Mara have
gold
what?
apiece.
yeah,
Well,
there you go. So add 50.
Who's got the bag of holding?
I do.
Terrence
We've been
does.
putting everything in the bag of holding because we were ready. We were gonna just use it as needed as a group.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I'll do
of course,
that.
of course, Muriel and Albus wasn't a part of that when we first started it. So we may want to let them know that's what we generally do, and then as needed, they come out and we use them.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. What do you think?
Well, now's a good time to explain that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that's what I tell Muriel is, we have a bag of holding to put all of this in so that it's easier for us to carry. We stick together as a group everywhere we go, and when we need something, we pull it out of there and we use it as a group. We make sure that it's very fair for everybody. So are you in for that, or?
Well, I wouldn't mind having the 50 gold portion, but as far as the potions, I suppose having them in a communal vault would make the most sense. When we go back to town,
Absolutely.
I have things I require.
Yes, we all try to make sure that we keep the gold as separate. But if it's more than what we can carry, we put it in here, knowing that we can get to it at any time. So I just
Noted.
want to alleviate any fears that you have that we're trying to take anything.
All
We're
of
not.
the
Of
small
course.
group forward.
Who more trustworthy than a paladin to carry our wealth?
They keep telling me.
Our thoughts
I
exactly.
mean,
Well, the paladin would
So
have to
everyone's
turn to
just
become
gonna-
a dark paladin.
So
You
everyone's
see
I
that?
glance at your hand.
Roll.
Yeah.
I glance at the mark on your hand as you hold out your
Yeah.
hand for the I'm carrying.
That's true.
All right, perfect.
Just a bead of sweat appears on my brow.
We don't talk about that.
That's right.
I'm not. So I skittered away from it like nudity in a park. Just
Yeah. Which,
We,
by the way, oh, what was I gonna say? So I call over to Raja and Better Duck and Albus and everyone else that, hey, we probably should get going.
what were the two kids' names again? David and Michael?
David and Michael.
Okay.
While all that is happening, what would I need to roll for that question, Brandon?
Actually, I'm gonna pull Better Duck aside. What question?
Better Duck was going to do a check on the body of Mordkek
Mordek, yeah.
Mordek. To see if he can put two and two together of, oh, this is what is the end result of using the death vial.
Do a... Let's see. Do an insight check first.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now? Okay.
Oh, Albus just joined.
Yeah.
So, all right. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So, I wanted, because Albus is not.
Okay, there we go.
Alright. Ew. Probably not. Not with that roll.
Yeah, definitely not with that roll. You just with your other rolls, I mean, you have a pretty good idea that based on what, just based on putting two and two together, right? That you looked at the body, you knew that you got the potion from Donovan, you know its source, so you've got a pretty good idea that it definitely played the part in bringing Bivor back and basically turning him into Mordek.
Okay. This is just a roll to confirm the meta knowledge,
Mhm.
but. Okay. That was it.
Okay.
So, I guess that'd be a call for you, DM. Like, if he casts that spell, would that help with psychic trauma?
Say it again because me and Better Duck were talking privately.
So he is pretty much frozen over there at the altar in fear.
Okay.
I have a spell that's not generally used like this, called Aid, that bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. I can choose 3 characters. They gain hit points, but I'm thinking that this spell, because of what it does, would help him break out of that. Would that be a useful way of using it?
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. So I go over to him and I cast Aid, which again takes a second spell slot. And I cast Aid on him.
Okay. All right. You see the just like his eyes kind of clear for a second. And he shakes his head. His breathing kind of comes back to normal. And he stands up and like looks around like, oh, like he's waking up kind of. So, and he just kind of wanders over and joins the group.
Okay. So we need to
Gain
go,
8.
everybody.
All right. So that's it, right?
I believe so. There was
All right.
nothing else in there that we were looking for.
All right. So
Anything on before we leave, actually, I want to check out the altar. I assume that there's a book on the altar, or is there anything?
okay. Yeah. Do a I mean, you can visibly see there's a book there. Do a history check.
Okay. Okay.
And if multiple people want to do the history check, definitely feel free to
Okay.
roll on
Oh
there.
heck, I will. I like
Oh, good. Look, I got
17.
a 19.
Oh, 19.
16 plus 19 total.
Okay, cool. Yeah, which was more than enough. So yeah, Raja, as you go over, you're looking at this book. You have no idea what it says. You know it's pretty important though because there's like pictures and drawings and like a dude that's got like a.
Hey,
It's like
guys, maybe we
just
should-
it's just pictures. There's like a guy with a knife like standing over someone. So you definitely know that we'll call it an instruction manual of sorts.
I was gonna say, this looks like instructions for a sacrifice. Maybe we should take it with us.
Mm.
You know, keeps someone else from.
Why
getting
do you want to sacrifice someone?
No,
Better duck will hold on to it.
We can figure out where to destroy it.
exactly.
I think
That's
Better
all
Duck wants it
Aaron's
though.
thought.
Other items.
I mean,
But we
look,
put it in a bag of holding for now, and we'll look at it when we get somewhere safer.
My
Sounds
thoughts
good.
exactly. We
Is that
we
okay,
have
Better
enough
Duck?
cursed objects. We have enough cursed objects
This is true.
with it.
But Terrence asks Better Duck specifically because he sees that Better Duck wants it. And knowing Better Duck being the cleric, he just wants to make sure that Better Duck understands it. We're just trying to hold it until we get somewhere safer and take time to look at it. But he wants to make sure he's okay with it.
better duck understand. Was just trying to put the divine, as you say, protection or divine something.
Okay.
Understand.
Okay. So we'll do that. We'll put it in the bag of holding and okay, everybody, are we ready to leave?
Yes.
We have a black dragon to go after.
All right, so let me do something real quick.
Did we level from our last event?
We did not.
Okay. Did we get our
We're not using XP.
Oh, that's right.
milestone,
Sorry.
remember?
I was like, where did my XP bar go? Oh no.
That's
what
right.
happened?
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's like
It's
a
tied
baby.
to the dragon now.
It's like with
Yeah.
it's like I'm a baby without training wheels for the first time. Oh gosh.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm sitting here thinking, oh great, I'm using these spell slots and we're losing hit points and we haven't even had a rest yet.
You know?
All right, so as you all make your way out of the cave, and I apologize, there's not a updated map with Storm Hollow burning to the ground yet.
That's okay.
T-
We don't need
TBD.
mine.
Right, yeah.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
We're waiting for that
Um,
movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, so you're now out of the cave. You're. It takes you, I don't know, maybe a couple hours as
Right
you
back.
kind of get out of the. No, this is just to get out of the cave. So kind of up to the top, kind of where it opened up, and then back down to like level plain. So it's now, I'd probably say 5, 6 in the morning. You know, the night's events have passed. Where are we going?
Storm Hollow.
Well,
to
I was gonna say we need to go to Storm Hollow to find out what's going on, and to see if we can save
we need to-
anybody or help anybody.
Okay.
and get David and Michael back to Lord Storm.
Yes, and start that process. Yes,
All right.
and then we also need to deal with a cursed sword and this damage that's to my hand.
As well as other items.
Well, if
Yeah.
you sleep one night, I believe Better Duck might be able to help you with that.
But I think we need to get somewhere where we can feel safe to do that. My thought. but-
Understood. Agreed.
And Miro, you were trying to explain something before Albus came back in and we had to deal with that situation. Could you
Yeah.
do that again?
Was it about my tentacle on my head, or was it about the curse on your hand?
It was about not being in a team normally and not being super comfortable.
So, yeah, I've not been in a what you'd call communal setting, and I don't think in my entire life, at least not that ended well. So you're gonna have to have a little bit more patience with me than you might normally, as I adjust to, I suppose, traveling and being part of a team.
Well,
You can use
Mir-
Paradox Horse if needed.
Thank you, friend. And that's part of, like, I hold things close to the chest because I just don't. I'm learning to trust, and I apologize. That's what got that mark on your hand, and I'm learning from my mistakes.
I mean,
Terrence.
Muriel, have you seen this group? It's not exactly what you would call normal.
Yeah.
That's
Terrence
Pretty
looks over
sketchy,
it.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Terrence
we-
looks
we
over
are-
at Muriel. Terrence looks over
Thank
at
you.
Muriel, smiles, and bows slightly at the waist and says, Muriel, my sword is yours for as long as you want to be with us. And I
Muriel.
hold
Muriel's
no
cheeks
hard
turned
feelings.
dark blue.
And then Terrence turns around and starts
Aw.
walking towards Storm Hollow.
Ugh, gag me.
Because
Muriel's kind of stunned a little bit and just kind of wanders aimlessly back, like, with you guys, and just is lost in thought, just like, that's bizarre. I now have.
Well-
Did I just acquire a knight?
No, that
I
comes
mean-
later in a few hours.
Oh,
Alright, so the group so the group makes its way back into Storm Hollow. As you make the few hour trek back down the hill through through little small forest, you come to a city that's in complete ruins. Donovan in his dragon form has just completely laid waste to most of the city, save a few little pockets that just by happenstance were spared. As you kind of make your way in through what we'll call the east gate of the city, you notice that it's fairly empty. You're just walking along. You're taking in the scene. Buildings lay in a smoked ruin, and
I want to say Terrence is probably going to be looking for survivors as he goes, because if he can help anybody, he's going to.
so just as a visual for you guys. No, so minus the dragon being there, since the dragon has already moved on.
roll initiative.
Right, exactly. We're gonna take this now. So you
I've got
guys,
five spell
almost
slots
swears.
left. I'm frosty.
so you guys would have
Terrence
entered
almost
in
swears.
about right here. As you're walking along, you notice that you start seeing a few people kind of hobbling about, and they're heading in a specific direction. You guys tell me what you want to do.
Okay, Terrence stops somebody who looks like they might know where they're heading, and says, "Where are you all heading to?"
So as you stop, it's a very elderly gentleman, and he just kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, have you not heard? We are taking the dead to the town square."
Okay.
Oh,
And that's all he says. He hobbles with his cane and off he goes.
Wow. Okay.
this dragon really sucks.
Yes, this dragon
maybe
will
we
pay.
should take Dennis and Michael to the tavern and see if Lord Storm is there.
Is there even a
David.
tavern?
David.
So
Lord Storm
find
to
out.
be there?
So as you make your way through the city to where the Dragon Tooth Inn used to stand, you find that it's down to basic foundation. Every bit of the wood that was on or in or around the Dragon Tooth Inn has been just completely decimated. As you get closer to the Dragon Tooth Inn, though, you start hearing what sounds like a lot of people, maybe 300-400 yards from where you're at.
gonna make our way toward the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, let's make our way over there and see what's going on. See if we can help.
All right, so bear with me here. All right, so
All I can
as
think of is
you
somebody going, "Look out, you're dead."
so as you enter into the town square, there is a row of guards that you can see. They're in blue cloaks, kind of not the fanciest of chainmail or leather armor, but decent enough that you can definitely tell they are guards of Stormhaven. There are probably at this point maybe 200 to 300 people that have started gathering, and then a number of body bags that are being brought by carriage, by cart, by people just lumber carrying their loved ones and basically depositing them into this mass
Okay. So-
area.
So Terrence turns to Raj and says, "Look, you're the one with soldier training. Maybe you should go over to the soldiers and find out if
I was
Lord
I was
Storm
just about to-
survived."
which soldier looks like he's in charge or outranks the majority of them.
So probably this one that's kind of up toward the front of the formation, with the three tokens that I just placed down.
All right. Well, I'm going to approach him. Excuse me.
Yes, who are you?
My name is Raja. I am looking for Lord Storm. I have his son and nephew with us.
So he kind of as soon as you say Lord Storm's name, he his eyes just get super wide. He looks over. He says, "Brother Jeffries, run and retrieve the Lord." So this guy here, he takes off in a just full blown sprint. Makes it out. He's gone maybe 20-25 minutes, and as he comes back, still in full-blown sprint mode.
Impressive.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
In full plate. It's impressive.
In full plate, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you see,
Clank, 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 clank,
kind of jogging along with him, approaches a very familiar figure, Lord Storm. As soon as David sees his father crest that point, he takes off. They embrace in just this massive hug. And Lord Storm says, "Oh, heroes, you have brought my boy back home. Oh, thank you." He looks over and also notices that Michael is there as well. Michael makes his way over. They exchange words, not really loud enough that you can hear. Michael smiles and nods, and yeah, that is that. So, what would you guys like to do?
Talk to Lord Storm a little bit. Lord Storm, we greet you. We're here for you. What can we do to help?
Oh, heroes. You may not understand what I'm going to tell you. You need to leave this city immediately.
Raja looks at Lord Storm confused. Sir,
Can I do an insight check?
and
Yeah, go ahead and do an insight check.
Okay, 23.
Oh, 23. Yeah, no, he's on the up and up on this one. You can definitely tell he's frightened from what you can tell. So at the time that so from there, all of a sudden, you see a rock come from the crowd, as they have just gotten to the point now that they are just completely angry. You hear from the crowd, "Kill Lord Storm!" More and more
Well, that's
people
rude.
start
Yeah.
coming into the center of town, and the more that come in, the more angry they get. You've got some people now that have torches in their hands. You've got some that have pitchforks. Some with short swords, not of the best quality, but still.
And what are they angry about? What are they shouting?
Lord
So-
Storm, what's going on?
Heroes, listen to me. These people are my people, and they are angry because we could not protect them from the dragon. They look at you as the cause for the dragon coming to the city.
Oh. This is not going to be good.
So,
I don't even think my
as
persuasion
Why? We
you-
will-
didn't do anything.
So as you're standing there, the group is now pushing up against the shields of the soldiers, who are, at this point, no one has drawn their weapon. They're basically holding the shields with both hands, kind of in a, almost like a armor pattern, to where one shield is overlapping the next. And
A phalanx.
yes, yeah, exactly. So the citizens of Stormhaven are just pushing against this, and you watch as the first 3 or 4 pushes don't make any headway. But about that 4th or 5th, as this crowd has gotten larger and larger, you watch as the crowd, the phalanx, kind of starts bowing back towards you guys.
But
I have
it's
a
time to
question
go.
for you. So I have a pretty high persuasion with a +5. Is there any chance that if I rolled the persuasion that I could at least talk them into not attacking us so we could get out of there?
Now, I will say this.
Uh-huh.
This DC is very high.
Okay, so maybe this isn't such a good idea.
I will leave it up to you. I'm not going to tell you which way to go with it. I will just say it's a very high
It's
DC.
high.
Raja
Better
kind
deck
of tapped, seeing that Terrence wants to persuade the crowd down. Raja will put his claw on Terrence's shoulder and be like, "Sometimes the best persuasion is to walk away."
Terrence
Lord
thinks about
Storm.
it for a second.
And I quickly comment to Lord Storm, "Lord Storm, I promise you, on my honor as a soldier, we will bring that dragon down." Terrence, I think it's time we take our leave.
Yes, I think we should go. Let's protect everybody. Who's going with us?
Better duck is
Mar-
grabbing Muriel
Mara's
and
already
Thomas
thrown her-
holding them.
Mara's already thrown her arms up and been like, "How ungrateful! This is so stupid. I'm out of here. Bye."
Doesn't sound like a barbarian. The barbarian's like, what? You want to fight too?
I'm so angry that I don't want to kill them, but maybe I do a little bit.
So my question is Lord Storm, are you coming with us, or are you staying here with David and Michael?
No, at least for now, I must leave the city as well.
Oh, well, in that case.
Well, I
Everyone
didn't
here
want to
is
kill him.
under
so.
my protection. Let's get out of here. And I
I
start-
twin spell Calm Emotions. 2 20-foot radius spheres centered on points I choose within range. Everyone in them has to make charisma saves, and I choose to calm them down so we can make an escape without getting pelted by rocks.
All right.
Hmm.
What's the save on that?
Charisma 15.
Ooh, that's a high.
It could be better.
Well, it's better than the 14 that's the other spell casting DC that for the most of the party.
Are we in that sphere?
No, I'm centering it elsewhere. I try very hard not to influence my friends without their permission.
Metagame questioning here, but Is Lord Storm only leaving the city gonna calm the folks down? I mean, what about the rest of the guards that are under his order?
From what you could tell, just based on the crowd's reaction to seeing Lord Storm enter, it's probably behooving to him to get out of the city fairly quick.
And Michael, Sarah, and David?
Yes, yeah.
Where's
Well,
Sarah?
with the exception of Sarah.
Oh, damn.
We don't have
I hope
Sarah.
someone's taking care of her.
Wait, where's Sarah?
All right,
I
so
look over my shoulder at the pile of bodies.
Lord Storm, where's Sarah? Is she safe?
Sarah is safe. I sent her to Duskville to be with her aunt.
Okay.
Okay. Holy shit.
Is that where you and your sons are going?
Perhaps.
Should we?
Where are you planning to go?
Maybe
Hunt
we
down
should go
that
with
dragon.
you to Duskvale, get some provisions so that we can figure out where the dragon went and go after it.
It is settled then. To Duskville we go.
Sounds like a
All right.
good
So the trip to Duskville is going to take.
We're on horseback.
Well, your horses are on the other side of the city.
Yeah, we don't have them.
Oops.
Should we not be taking a rest at some point? I'm sure it's.
I
coming
mean,
tonight.
I am kind of hurt,
So from Storm Hollow to Duskville, it's a fairly straight shot. You've got a major road that cuts through the city, or not through the city, through the land, that leads to it. On foot, I would, and with a group that you've got 3 with you that aren't necessarily what I would consider
Active.
adventurers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably going to slow your pace a little bit, so I would probably say it's going to take you the better part of about 18 hours to get there. So from where you're at now, by now you've made your way through the city. It's probably 1, 2 in the afternoon. So you will definitely have to stop along the way.
Somewhere around there, probably.
Yeah, roughly. That's kind of what I was thinking as well.
That'll work.
All right.
So we'll
Yep.
just-
Let's
For the
head there
sake
and do
of
a
it,
long
I'm just
rest.
gonna move the group. I was gonna make like a token that was just like one party to move, which I might do that as well. So as you make your way, the sun starts to set over the Echo Shores. You kind of make ready a camp for the evening. Let's see. Give me just a second here, guys.
While this is happening, at some point, Betterduck will approach Miriam and
Yeah.
ask her, Betterduck think might have information to tell Mr. Dorm, but Betterduck not sure how we'll take it.
Well, lay it on me, little friend, and I'll give it to you straight.
Betterduck didn't know what happened to Man that were killed. Man was brother, son of Mr. Dorm.
Oh, what happened to him?
Not good. But Betterduck worried if say what happened, may not believe, may get mad.
Well, what
Betterduck,
happened?
Betterduck just wants to ask, is wise to say, or keep to self for now?
Certainly keep to self for now, I would say. There's hardly a good time to tell someone that their loved one had something awful happen to them. But probably not while we're on the road and dealing with the repercussions of a dragon attack.
Okay. Betterduck thinks so, but just want to ask and make sure. Thank you, Muriel. You're a good friend.
I try. Very hard. I don't always succeed.
You have to stick together.
I'm sticking with you, that's for certain.
Well, that's it.
All right,
Okay, starting to
perfect.
get happy.
All right. So as you make your way down, you kind of leave the trail. I would probably say a good 40, 50, maybe 60 yards away from the road.
Towards the sea or towards the river?
Towards the river.
Okay.
And as you do, yeah, you just kind of make camp there beside the river. Each of you kind of sets up your tent, or what have you. Bear with me, we're loading.
As far as guard duty goes, Raja will volunteer first.
Mara almost immediately conks out.
Terrence is gonna ask for the second. That way, in the middle of the night, he can be there to take over from Raja. So right after Raja.
Why don't you just take the night off, Terrence?
Albus is going to kind of walk just about 50 yards outside of camp. He's going to take out a violin from his backpack and he's just going to start playing.
I'm making a mental note of where Albus is planting.
All right. So let's see.
I forget. Is this the river?
Yes. Yeah.
So Terrence has to let Raja know that's just I can't take the night off. That's just not something I can do. So I need to pull a duty because that's just part of.
You're also probably one of the more wounded out of all of us. So this is me telling you, take the night off.
He has a point.
you do
your
realize.
insides.
How about this?
But
How
it's
about I
not your
take
place.
last watch? How about I take last watch instead? That way I get a full night.
We'll wake you. I wink
Okay.
at Better Duck. We won't.
So with that, yep, parents are gonna just take a tent.
All right. So as the
He
As
just
the
falls
group
face
kinda-
down like a baby owl.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Mara is just out.
Mithril mail and all. Just go ka-chunk.
So the three of them, Lord Storm, Michael, David, they take kind of one of the more central tents. They're almost immediately out. It's been just an incredibly long day. Who's on watch?
Raja
Better-
is.
Okay.
Better Duck, you take the second one then.
Okay. Raja, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
I got advantage.
And as you guys are on.
Oh, nat 20. Not even gonna roll the second. Not even gonna roll the second.
Right. So as you complete your watch, nothing out of the ordinary. It rolls by extremely smooth. Your shift is over. You head over to your tent to go ahead and get some sleep. Better Duck takes your spot.
Yes, Mara, this is a long rest.
14.
All right. With the 14, yeah, kind of the same deal. You're awake, you're alert the entire time. Nothing out of the ordinary. The sound of the creek in the river, it's very soothing, very calming, and yeah, your watch goes without incident. As your time rolls up, who's on our third watch?
Well, Terrence is supposed to be.
I'll take third watch.
Okay.
I hear Terrence snoring in his tent, and I just.
Probably
All
pretty
right,
loud. And it's probably going in and out.
Yeah.
Muriel, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. Better guide myself as well.
So after Albus finishes playing his violin, there's just this absolutely beautiful, sad, swooping series of stanzas. He kind of just curls up next to the river, away from everybody else. He's just processing and whatnot. He doesn't say anything. Doesn't look like super sad or anything. Just like he's just contemplating, very whatnot. It kind of gives this aura of he just needs some time by himself. So he's just kind of chilling.
Oh, got it.
Muriel enjoys the sound, and I think, do I have Mage Hand? I do. I twin spell Mage Hand so I can clap.
All right. So your watch goes without incident. Morning is broke. The sun has started to come up. Lord Storm makes his way up and out, and heads over
And this
to
is a
sit
long
next to the
rest, right?
fire.
Yes.
Yes, this would be considered a long rest.
I look at the older, noble gentleman, and I say, these are hardly the accommodations you are used to, I take it. No,
Are you
yes,
disguised,
still,
Muriel?
no, I'm not muted. I'm not muted anymore.
Are you disguised?
I've still got my cloak up, but I sound normal.
You caught me mid-chew, which is why he hasn't responded yet.
That's fine. He's still making it. I need to let the old man sip his coffee before I.
I was pausing for dramatic effect, if you will.
Terrence, hearing voices, comes out and asks, "Why did nobody wake me up for watch?"
Because I took care of it, Terrence. You're welcome.
He sits down. Thank you.
So Terrence sits down in a huff. Everyone else.
Offering him. It's kind of fun.
By that point, David makes his way out. He plops down closest to Muriel, as that would put him closest to the closest available seat to Lord Storm. Michael takes the other side. Lord Storm just kind of looks over at Muriel and just kind of gives just a kind of a wily grin and says, "Well, to be honest, I've seen stranger things."
Oh, really? You've seen that show?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you. I was gonna make it.
All 4 seasons?
Even the 5th one that hasn't even been made yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow.
While this is happening, why Better Duck has not joined the group. He is praying to change his spells, but while he is praying, he's going to ritual cast divination to not use a spell slot. So as he is praying, he makes a point to ask Bahamut, since that's the god that he prays to, how can he kill Donovan? That is his divination request, and his prayer is, one last thing, Bahamut.
Hey.
Badman Donovan. Hurt. Bad hurt. He hears death. Bad dragon. Better Duck not like this. Better Duck want to take care of Danoman. How can Better Duck take care of Danoman? Kill Danoman? And just to make it simple for you, you can DM me whatever that information is, and Better Duck will then, after the conclusion of the prayer, come out to join the circle.
Okay, right. And I'm gonna grab Better Duck real quick. We shall return. So as you're making your prayer, and you start to make your walk from the tent over to the log to sit by the fire with the rest of the group, it's kind of in the back of your mind, not necessarily an audible, an out loud, but you get a sense, and it fills you with almost like just immense happiness. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
What was that song you were playing last night, Albus?
It was. Well, he's kind of far away from you, so I don't.
I reach out with no, I'm not going to reach out with my mind. I don't use that on one thing. I'm going to walk over to him and kind of stand on the bank above him.
Oh, did you like that? Thank you. That's actually a song I wrote. I wrote it after I lost my brother, so it just reminds me of. It reminds me of. Just life is.
I'm sorry for your loss. Do you have a large family?
I do. Quite a few. I actually have 6 siblings, believe it or not. So, been a while since I've seen them, though.
What was his name?
His name was Cal.
How do you spell that? Because
Weird request, but
sorry.
C-A-L.
Oh, Kyle. I thought you said Kyle in a weird way. I was,
Cal.
Cal. I'm sorry. It's never easy to lose someone one loves.
No, that is so very true. It was a lesson. Took me many, many years to learn. But I thought that the best way to honor his memory, not let his loss just be lost, was I took up the violin and I learned how to play something that I thought he would like.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
I might ask you to play it again sometime. It helped a lot last night.
Hopefully, it will be for better reasons.
Indeed. I wander back over and leave him to his hermitage ways.
Terrence, you see Better Duck reach up and go, "Good morning," boop you on the nose, and a surge of divine power just ripples through you as he casts Remove Curse.
Hey!
Wow.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
That's all I can do. Can't take care of sword, but can sever connection from you.
So Terrence looks down at Better Duck, smiles, and says, "Thank you, my friend. Anything you can do is always better than not having anything done at all, and I appreciate it."
Is the mark gone?
The mark is gone.
Yes. Is the mark on?
Yes.
Brandon, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Hey, how about that?
Yay!
There you go.
I'm like, yes, it's gone. Yes, it's gone. And then I'm like, oh, I'm muted.
I saw you mouth it, but I was like,
Terrence is very happy now. He's actually got a smile on his face.
Did Better Duck do his prayers kind of like not like in earshot, but like in visual range? Because Muriel would be curious to like watch.
He was
Okay,
inside his tent.
fine. Would Terrence or I'm sorry, I'm still learning everyone's classes and everything. Would Raja be like doing his morning prayers in like? Oh, sorry, you're not the.
I
You're
am.
the paladin.
Terrence is the paladin.
Terrence, sorry, Dennis.
Yeah.
Would you be doing
Ter-
your prayers in like the open, not the open, but like in a way that would be somewhat perceptible?
Well, I would say that he probably would have stayed in his tent, but just because of who he is and his size and his way he talks, you probably could have heard him. I mean, I doubt he would have thought he was quiet, but he's also tried to do things stealthily. You see how that's
Right.
over went.
He doesn't strike me as the stealth type.
Yeah, not really.
I would just be like listening and like, not like I would just be like absently listening. Muriel at this point is like kind of more faith curious, and being in a party with two, you know, divine touched individuals, you know, this is a unique situation for her.
So,
So
one
she
of the
is
things,
watching.
if you would have been listening, then you would have heard Terrence ask for divine strength to protect each member, to have the courage to put himself first so that no one else will get hurt, that he would take all damage or attacks, and that he would be able to lead with divine sense and with mercy and grace, and that he would fill his devotion, and that would be his devotion, would be the group. That's what you would have heard.
Muriel sips her hot beverage from her cup and ambles away from the tent to ponder.
Albus comes up to the campfire with a string of about 9 fish and says, "All right, guys, I caught us some breakfast."
Wow, that's so
Terrence.
cool.
Hey,
Terrence
Good
now
job,
showing his
Albus.
teeth. He's so happy.
And Albus whips out, like, just starts making food, cooking them up, puts up some pokes. My brain is fried.
Sticks.
Yeah, just puts up some sticks and gets them roasting. You can tell he's done this quite a bit for himself, so, and it makes up a pretty good breakfast.
Nice.
Thank you, Ferdy. He once again did not roll high enough to learn your name.
I was wondering what that intelligence check was. Oh, that's so good.
I
I
was
love
curious.
it.
So Terrence thanks Bilbo very much. Yes, he still calls you Bilbo, but he does it with a
thank you,
grin.
Albus.
He does it with a grin.
So as
And
you're
it's
so
tough.
as you're eating your breakfast, Lord Storm kind of takes stock of everything, looks around, and says, "Heroes, the last time that we spoke, you were heading to the ritual cavern, and well, you're back with my son and my nephew. So I'm guessing things went well enough."
You could say that.
Terrence says, "I don't know about well. I mean, we met a black dragon and couldn't defeat him there, and half the mountain almost came down on us. So I'm not sure how that would be well."
Funny story.
Did you guys acted like you recognized that guy that turned into the diamond? You guys were like shouting his name and stuff?
Yes, he was
Funny story
Donovan.
about that.
And just who is Donovan?
Why don't you ask Lord Storm?
Yeah.
Lord Storm.
So as you all kind of look over to Lord Storm, as well as David and Michael looking over at him, he's almost in shock to hear what you're telling him. And he says, "Heroes, well, you know Donovan, but I'm assuming, new party members I do not recognize. Donovan, he worked for me in Stormhaven as my royal apothecary, and wait, are you sure he was a dragon?"
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Quite.
that I can tell a black dragon when I see one.
It was a sight I will never forget.
He literally transformed before our eyes.
This is impossible. Tell me, what else transpired in this ritual cave?
Terrence is kind of having a hard time with this next part. Because he's not sure how to tell him that he killed his other son.
So
Kinda stamped
before you're even able to get anything out of your mouth, David looks over at his dad and goes, "Father, they killed Bivor." And at that point, there's a hint of confusion, sadness, anger, desperation. But well, that is impossible. Your brother has been dead for years. You know this. This is why we not let you join military. So, no, Father. Somehow, Bivor was able to be brought back. I believe they were calling him a Mordek, but he was slain.
That then no longer your brother. Benedict just quietly speaks.
Terrence
Why
kind of
know
looks
what a
down at
Mordek
him
is?
like, what? Yeah, would we? I'm assuming that we would kind of know what that is, wouldn't we?
I think Better Duck would know better out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Muriel. Mr.
Oh.
Dorm, when we go save or try to save wife, your house on fire. We get, in Mr. Donovan's room, he pulls out a vial with a black ichor in it
Oh, no.
and holds it up. Mr. Donovan hiding this, hiding very well. Better duck hold on to this, because this is death, literal death in liquid. Better duck look at body. Better duck certain that your son, Mr. Donovan killed, then use this to bring him back. But not bring back as him, bring back as Thrall. He looks at David. That no longer your brother. Your brother died long ago. That thing was death, walking.
Holy cow.
So at this point, Terrence is just kind of staring at Better Duck, wishing that anything else could have happened and that they could have brought him back, but kind of glad to know that who he killed was not David's brother. A little bit of relief there.
He puts the vial
So-
away.
Better Duck, do a persuasion check for me.
Oh, goody. I have a flat 0.
Oh boy.
At least it's not a -1.
I rolled a 1.
Oh!
No!
I worded it in the worst
They couldn't even hear you.
possible way.
So, as
Can we give him
you're
like any sort of assistance?
Yeah. Terrence.
so
I'm thinking that
So as you're explaining, Lord Storm seems like he's comprehending pretty well what you're telling him. It kind of meets up with a lot of, especially going back to his wife in the house. He understands that his son died. David at this point is furious. He kind of takes his plate with his food, he throws it into the fire, and he just bolts out of the camp.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's what a 1 does.
We can't win
Um,
with this kid. Should someone go after him in case he gets mauled?
So,
I'll go.
so at that point, before anyone says anything, Michael goes, I'll go after him. So he takes off in just a sprint.
Should I go after them both because they're going to both get mauled?
might be a good idea.
All right, so
if you can.
I'll keep
Sure.
in telepathic contact with you all.
Better Duck feels bad because he's smart enough to realize, oh, I just worded that in the worst possible way. So he's gonna run after Muriel too because he feels bad for.
Terrence, may I connect with you mentally?
Yes.
Albus starts to run after them, but as soon as he sees like Better Duck and Mariel going, he'll stop and turn back around because he'll be like he doesn't want to create a crowd.
Within 4 miles of each other, we can talk mentally.
Okay.
Alrighty. So.
Well, this is an awkward campfire.
Yeah, right. Alright.
Wow.
Me and Muriel and Better Duck will be right back.
We have to keep meeting like this.
Right?
Oh, that could not have gone worse.
It's not your fault. He's kind of not... You can't really talk to him right now. Give him time.
Better Duck not say he's smart. Just this time was true.
You were sincere and well-worded. He's just not able to hear you right now. Surely you know what loss feels like. It clouds you.
Not sure.
If you hear thumping in the background, it's my husband hanging something in our bedroom.
Better Duck not sure what loss is, think what loss is, but not like Better Duck had much to... Yeah, he stopped stalking.
Oh, I've got to figure out how to do that at some point. I know there's a way that you can, like, take people to a different map, or at least show them a different map than what other people can see.
Oh, there.
So-
right, because we're in two different locations and we're
Yeah,
seeing
correct. Alright, so we are going to completely theater of the mind this.
That's fine.
So,
Go old school.
yeah, exactly. So as the two teenagers, early 20s, break off out of the camp, at this point, I mean, they're at a sprint. They've probably got a good, I would say, 30 to 45 second head start on you. David, obviously, reacting to the conversation, takes off. He's running through the woods. He's probably parallel to where the river is, so kind of in a... He would have headed north out of the camp. So back up towards... not necessarily Stormhaven, but kind of to the west of Stormhaven. So he takes off. He is running. He finally gets to the point to where he gets winded, and you two are able eventually to catch up with him and Michael.
I'm slightly puffing as well, and I put my hands on my knees, and I say, "You boys have got to go back to the camp. It's not safe out here."
As you say that, David looks back and says, "Why would I go back to the place with the people who killed my brother?"
One moment, please. Your brother was long dead, child. That thing was a farce, a fallacy of what your brother used to be. His soul rests. His body walked.
Make a persuasion check.
Please do better.
I have a +4. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my god, a 2 +4 is 6. Y'all,
I
we're
don't
not
think-
gonna get through to this kid. I think we just made a villain.
I think we're making this worse.
I think we are. I'm just gonna shut up.
So, in not nice words, he tells you basically where you can shove it,
Okay.
and he just kind of heads further away from you. At this point, his cousin has kind of given up chasing after him, and starts making his way back.
I cast calm emotions on him. We're going back to the camp.
And you're casting this on who?
whichever was it David the one that was running away
yeah.
further? Yeah, I'll cast it on him.
All right.
It would hit Michael too if they were within 20 feet of each other.
By this point, they wouldn't be. Michael appears like he's ready to head back anyway. Like he's had enough of this.
All right.
And
I
you're
just-
casting what?
I'm casting Calm Emotions again. It's a Charisma save.
All right.
He'll make it.
But you have a 15 DC.
I do.
And it's a charisma.
Please.
He does not.
By 1, he fails.
By 1, he fails.
Young man, you about face right now and go back to, is it his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your father.
So as he starts to bolt, he just kind of stops really quick, and he's like, and he turns and fine as he passes by you, because at this point you don't want him behind you. He just kind of looks over his shoulder and says, "Thank you."
I look confused. Normally people don't reply like that when I've
Just a compliment. Just a compliment.
when I yeah, okay yeah thank you. I march with him back to camp.
Better Deck will march with you, behind you.
One look again.
Portrait? Artwork?
Prince right now.
All right, and we're back. So
Decorating
as you see, as you look and you see Muriel and Better Duck come kind of back into vision, you see that walking in front of them is Michael and David both.
The four of
Okay,
us
well,
are bickering over.
Yeah,
what
you guys
the
see
word
us
is.
having
into
kind
a
of a
heated
heated
discussion right now.
Yeah.
We're kind of in a heated discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, who gets the biggest fish?
No,
No.
we're Albus is a little frustrated with Raja that he swore this whole group
Swore
to go after Black Dragon without any discussion about
And
it.
it seems like Mara might be a little bit too.
I mean, he just has a point. Like, I still want to go kill this stupid dragon because, like, he makes me really angry. But he does have a point that was not okay.
Look,
So Terrence
again,
looks over at Raja.
this group can be a group of one, me. And if that means I go fight the dragon by myself, then so be it.
Now that's emotional manipulation at its finest, and I am very good at such things.
Okay.
What's Lord Storm doing as we come back to this conversation?
So he's at this point he's comforting David, who obviously has got a lot of stuff that he has to deal with. He's been listening to the conversation that's happened, but at this point hasn't said much one way or the other.
So Terrence looks over at Raja. Raja, we are a group, and we have to act like one, as much as we all want. Other than possibly Albus and Mara, the rest of us understood what you were doing, but they are right. We do need to act like a group as a team. We can't do this as a group of one. You aren't going to kill that black dragon all by yourself. Neither am I. But as a group, we have a chance. So as a group, we need to be together in these decisions and make sure that we're good to go, so that we can go off not emotionally, but physically strong and ready to truly take on this dragon. There's going to be some preparation we have to do, and we have to be able to work together. Should I hit
If
a
I can't
persuasion?
be a solo act, you can't be a solo act.
I tell you what, as good as persuasion checks have been going tonight, sure,
Yeah.
Terrence, go ahead and do a persuasion check.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll opposing this?
Um,
Uh-oh.
It's a good persuasion check.
Yeah. How about you just don't roll and we just go with it?
No, I wish to play this out.
No, I know.
Do a performance check.
Hmm.
Yes. No, I'm just like.
Raja just kind of looks away and grunts to him.
All
Saying
right, so
nothing more.
breakfast has been eaten, conversations to be had. We've chased down unruly teenagers in the woods. Well played. Camp, camp breaks. If you ever see me like grabbing all your characters and putting them into one group, it's because I have to copy and paste them, and it just makes it easier when you're in one little bunch.
That's
I'm
fine.
destroying
Alright.
Raja and Terrence
So-
with fire, you know.
I know.
Well,
I'm
Here's
resistant.
doing a
so-
dance.
Sometimes the illusion of autonomy in the DM's game breaks, and that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
so I guess as
So-
we're traveling, then Albus is genuinely curious and what is going to happen. Like he wants to know. Like so, I mean, Raja and Terrence, you guys seem pretty sure that we can actually take on this dragon. I mean, I have never faced biggest thing I've ever faced was that troll in the cave. How in the world would we even start going after something that's the size of several buildings?
Well,
Think about it. There are 6 people to divide the damage between when this dragon is being fought.
Yeah.
If you just stay hidden, do what you do best, from a hidden perspective, I think you would have I think you would come out of that with a new sense of courage and confidence.
so Terrence turns and faces the entire group and says, "Look, we are a group. As a group, we are one, but as a group, we are also individuals. We all have our own talents. If we get to this dragon and we plan our way up there, things that we can do, we have a great chance at taking on this dragon and winning. We also have a gold dragonborn who I'm sure has some way of being immune to a black dragon or having an advantage over a black dragon. I mean, all gold dragons do. So that should be our thing. I think, and during prayer, I'm pretty sure that God told me that we're going to win." Turns around and starts walking.
Albus just kind of stares at him dubiously.
I didn't roll a perception check on that, so.
No,
Or, I mean,
you're-
a persuasion
no.
check.
You were good on this one. All right. So as the group makes their way, you kind of break a ridge, come down through a sparse little piece of woods. It's no more than maybe 20, 30, 40 feet deep, or thick, however you want to put it. You come to the outskirts of Duskville. You can see off to the south that there are many farms that obviously kind of crop up around smaller cities. You can hear the waves kind of start to break now that you get closer and closer down toward the ocean. As you come through, Michael, knowing that his sister's there, he kind of sprints off, makes his way into town, and the rest I will kind of leave. I'll leave to you guys. So there's a couple different points on the map. Call them points of interest, if you will. Number one is the the aunt's house. 2 is just kind of the central portion of the city. 3 is where the tavern / inn is, and then 4 is actually a temple. So, who wants to do what? There are no maps, so depending on where you're going, we will theater of the mind things for now.
What time period are we getting in?
By the time you make it in, it's probably early to mid-afternoon, since you only had a few hours left of your trip.
Where's
All
one?
right, so we are here to supply up, and then we're going to go after that black dragon. Is that what? That's the plan, correct?
We're here to supply up and prepare. And
Okay, then I have some shopping I have to do.
Okay. First thing that Terrence would like to do is go over to the temple.
All
I
right.
was gonna say, Mara wants to as well.
All right.
I
Oh.
guess Better Deck will
Well, boop.
go to the temple first too.
But before we go there, let's
Mark
all
as
meet
well.
back at the tavern.
Hey,
All right. So, we've got.
What's Burial doing?
oh, Mariel was listening to her husband, Ben. Mariel's gonna like wander into a tavern. No, I don't want to. I want to shop a little. I need some health.
All right, you can
Whoa.
join me then, Muriel.
I'll come with you.
All right. So, cool. I've got 3 that have gone to the temple. I've got 3 that have gone shopping. Let's go with our. Let's go with our temple group first. Instead of. You know what? We'll make it fun. So, Mara, Terrence, and Better Duck will be right back. Okay, I think I did that right.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And Better Duck, you're
Oh.
here.
Now we're
Yes.
being with.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I
So,
was really confused for a second. Wait, did Albus die? Why does he have a big X?
He's
Oh.
messing. He's messing with buttons because he's also got like
Oh.
a net and a blue dot above him too.
Oh, okay.
He likes to mess with things, which is fine. All right. So as you walk into this temple, you notice it doesn't look like it is. It doesn't look like it's necessarily. I guess dedicated, if you will, to one specific
Uh-oh.
god.
okay.
I guess for lack of better terms for it, it would be what we would consider a non-denominational church.
Oh.
With the
Okay.
coexist sign.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So as you, so as you walk in, you guys tell me what you want to do, and I'm actually going to see how fast I am to see if I can build a temple while you guys are
Okay.
talking.
So when we go in, the first thing I do is I turn to Better Duck. Better Duck, we have that book to look at. You wanted to look at it. I felt the temple was going to be the best place. And we also have a curse sword. Would anybody in the temple be able to do anything with that?
It's possible. You would definitely need to. You would definitely need to ask around.
Okay. So, but the first thing is talking with Mara and Better Duck. What do we want to do with this book? This is the best place. It's a temple. I mean, what
Why is
safer
this the
place
best
to deal with
place?
this book? Because it would be blessed.
So, like, we're, like, negating it into a regular book kind of thing?
I don't think that. I just
Or
think
is
that
this-
we would be better protected. Maybe have more help if
Oh.
we needed it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I
wasn't sure if
wouldn't
the
open it
book
in
was,
the
like,
bar.
cursed or something.
Don't know.
Oh.
But Better Duck
well.
seems to.
Well,
Is the book like evil or something? Are you wanting Better Duck to like try and open it since he's like
Well,
a cleric and like he
so
does that stuff?
Better Duck wanted it when we first found
Yeah.
it, and we talked him
Yeah.
into putting it in the bag of holding until we got somewhere to look at it. And so that's I'm
Ah.
following up on that promise that I told him.
Well,
that
now
as soon as we got safe.
I'm now terribly curious.
Of course. You are a barbarian after no. So,
Decently
so
smart for a dumb barbarian, right?
yeah.
No, not really. Actually, no. I'm pretty dumb.
So I pull the book out and I give it to Better Duck. What do you want to do with this?
Thank you. Was more just trying to make sure it's safe. Try to understand. Portal have the name of a dragon. Wonder if book
So-
has something to do with a dragon too. Try to understand what Dino Man wanted to do.
Oh. Good thought.
So now I can speak and I would assume read Draconian or Draconic or Draconian, whatever it's called. I guess the question, DM, is this book written in any language that any of us can understand?
It is actually. So the book is at least a good portion of it is written in Draconic.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
I know Draconic.
You're able to so you're able to pretty quickly grasp at what the book says. So as you're kind of flipping through the pages, a name comes up again. This time with a little more detail, though. This time you get Vathnagoth the Defiler, Lord of the Black Dragon Flight.
Ooh,
Oh,
that doesn't sound good.
that might be the guy
now,
who knows how to deal with black dragons.
So seeing all that, would a history or religion check pull anything up?
Let's do a history check. Let's see if you've ever heard this name before.
Okay.
Good history. Okay.
I have heard about nothing.
That about checks for Better Duck's history too.
However, Terrence may have. I guess a 17's not too bad.
Comparatively, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just a second. I'm basically having to make things on the fly.
That's
Gotcha.
okay. That's a good DM.
Yas. I'm really glad you suggested this headphone set, by the way.
I got to tell you, the headphone's the best way to go.
Yeah, it definitely helped with the feedback thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kyle and I had been messing with it for about 10 or 20 minutes before y'all came on. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
No, it definitely sounds a lot better tonight.
It's a lot easier to hear you.
Yay!
Alright,
I'm glad.
So let's move this to the map layer. Alright, cool. Alright, so we've got a 17, a 2, and a 6. Alright, so you have, so Terrence, you have definitely heard at least mutterings of a Vathnagoth before.
Okay.
So you definitely recognize the name. Let's
Guess
do
that would be an insight check.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Would it be an insight check?
No. This time do a religion check.
Okay.
All of us, or just him?
No. All three of you can go
I
ahead
have
and do
no
it.
I've heard of them, but that's about it.
Yas,
Better
22.
probably knows it. Both of you
Okay.
know all about it.
So here's actually what I'll do with it. So as Terrence, as you turn to Butterduck and Mara, you say basically along the lines of, you definitely know who, you've heard of this Vathnagoth before, but you don't remember where. And then as it kind of processes with both Mara and Butterduck, both of you then remember just either books that you've read being in and out of the temples and stuff like that. And as you're talking, this old, not necessarily like super old, but older priest, he comes up and, can I help you?
Possibly.
Yeah, there's a good chance you could.
Well, children, tell me, what brings you to my fair temple this day?
Terrence, having all the couth of a paladin, says, "Well, we're trying to find information about this black dragon. How do you say his name again?
Vathnagoth.
Vathnagoth. Trying to remember how we know him."
As soon as you say that name, he turns almost a stark white. The color drains out of his face. He says, "Oh, heavens be, come in, we must speak." So he gets fat. No.
I see that.
He gets fat.
He expanded.
Terrence wants to know how that happened.
Yeah, right?
Are you with us, Better Duck?
I'm gonna drag him over.
He was momentarily distracted and then had to come scramble.
So as you guys kind of come up to the front, he walks back around the altar and he starts thumbing through one of his mini books that he has on the altar, and he says, yes. Here it is. Vathagoth, yes. Vathagoth the Defiler, Lord of the Black Dragonflight. Are you sure this is the name that you're looking for?
Absolutely.
100%.
You're familiar with the land of Namar, yes?
Yes.
I don't even know really how to explain it to you, heroes. This was the dragon that is said fell from the heavens and created the crater that is now in the Barren Lands.
Oh no, he's Satan.
No way. A dragon did that?
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, Terrence at this point, being quite interested, wants to know, do you know where we could find any gold dragons, by chance?
Do a do a persuasion check.
Okay.
15. So he kind of thumbs through a few more of his books. He says, in this land, probably not. You would probably have to travel farther. Yes, definitely farther to the east.
Do you know the name?
As he thumbs through his book, he kind of hits this point where he's he's like looking at one page, so I'm actually going to kind of hold my notepad up here just for the visual effect. And
Okay.
he's like looking at one, and he flips it over, and he flips it back, and he flips it over again. And he's like, I don't. So I'm sure it would have been here in this section, but this section of my book is just gone. It's been torn at some point over the hundreds of years that this temple has stood.
Uh-oh.
That's
Betterdeck
not good.
raises a hand.
Yes, little blue one.
Question hypothetical. So, Necromancer tried to do summoning ritual for Vathnagoth. Why would one need to do ritual? Hypothetically speaking.
Hit him with a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yes, hypothetical.
8.
Uh-oh.
He doesn't believe you.
He's sweating.
So,
Sweating.
so as he kind of thumbs through his book, he's just like, you know, there's nothing here about summoning dragons. That makes no sense. Why would you summon a dragon that already fell? He just kind of shrugs his shoulders like,
I missed almost all of that because my mic cut out. Or my earphones cut out. I'm so sorry.
Wait.
Oh, you're here with us now. Oh, you reconnected. That's why.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
You can't hear this. No.
We should probably wrap
Okay,
up.
I
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she can hear us now. Okay. So you finish up your conversation with him. That is, you have. That's all the information he has.
Okay. Well, I think that maybe we've done what we could do here. Let's put the book back into our bag and let's go get some shopping done.
So basically,
Alright.
we need to go look for a gold dragon.
I think that's where we need to go.
All right. So as the group finishes up there at the temple, I'm now going to take Muriel and Albus and Raja. So we'll be back. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
We were just discussing the faith outlooks of our characters.
Oh, nice.
We determined Albus is agnostic.
Okay.
Raja is of faith but doesn't practice well, and Muriel wants to believe in faith but has never had it demonstrated to her. So, definitely interested. Yep, you chew, buddy. You probably ain't eaten dinner yet. Which just triggers my southern mama instincts. It's like, you better
Right?
eat right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Right now.
if my grandmother knew it was 9:30 and I was still like munching on dinner, she would lose it.
Oh, right? I would mail you a casserole. I'm not even like, my instinct is strong.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So the three have they've wrapped up their stuff at the temple and have headed over towards the tavern. You three are kind of in the market district, kind of walking your way around. What will we getting? What are we looking for? What are we buying?
Well, I've been informed I don't need to purchase healing potions, but I would like to see what kind of magical items are available. And even other potions.
Albus he's looking for he is looking for a diamond worth at least 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
And he's also looking for any other magical items that he might be able to use in defense or offense against the dragon. So
Got it. So, we're gonna reuse a screen that I've used before.
I like this thing.
Ooh,
I know, right?
I like it.
Alright, so as you kind of walk in,
Pretty.
there's, there's an older gentleman, who's standing behind the desk. He's not there, obviously, so use your imagination.
fine.
As you walk, and when I say old, I mean old, like Methuselah old. He looks like he
Alright.
could be like 200 years old. So as you walk in, he's like, "Hello, yes, welcome to my store."
Greetings, Elder.
Good
Tell me,
afternoon.
Man,
what brings this interesting-looking lot here today?
I'm looking.
Go
Well,
ahead,
I
Bobby.
am a practicer of the arcane arts. I am looking for anything you might have in the arcane. I am also looking for a diamond about yay big, fairly good quality, something that I can use as part of my practice.
Ah, I see, I see. Well, why don't you tell me exactly what you're looking for?
Diamond about this big, worth about, I'm willing to pay around 50 gold pieces for it. Fairly good quality, something that would work for arcane purposes.
Ah, I
Then-
see.
Anything else that might help us take down something big and dangerous, or anything that can protect us.
Does he have dementia? He's that old. Okay.
Ah, so as you kind of look away and he looks back, he goes, "Ah, welcome to my stop.
Oh,
What
Jesus.
what can we do for you today?"
I just start looking around. I can help myself.
Well, let me know if I can help.
Is he solid? Is he like an apparition that's just made to?
Oh no, he's an old dude. Like
Okay.
he's just there.
He's just real old. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there another worker that works with the old man?
There's not. He is the only one that is in the store.
Oh,
Heavens.
So
Okay.
so the old man, he looks kind of down across the counter at Albus and he says, "Man, what can I do for you?"
All right, I would like a diamond about this big. I'm willing to pay about 50 gold pieces. Fairly good practice, fairly good quality, something that I can use with the arcane arts.
So he kind of pulls out his desk drawer, by kind of at his midsection, rummages around for a minute, and he places two diamonds in front of you, and he says, "Well, if you'd like the one on the left, that will be 100 gold. If you'd like the one on the right, that will be 50 gold." Size-wise, the 50 gold one is probably roughly maybe about a half a carat, kind of a bluish tint. Seems like it's decent enough quality. The other one, obviously a little bit larger, probably closer to a carat diamond. Seems like it is in much better shape.
Can I do like an arcana check to check, or an investigation check to just verify that it's what I'm looking for?
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check.
Woohoo! 21.
Yeah, both of them seem like they would definitely do what you would need them to do. I guess as a sorcerer, it would just be a matter of which one you think you would need.
All right, I'll take the one for 100 gold pieces.
Okay, so go ahead and just add a diamond to your inventory, and take off 100 gold. So as you hand him the gold, he kind of slowly starts sliding it across the counter, kind of counting it out, gets about halfway done, looks up at Muriel and goes, "Ah, welcome to my store. How can I help you?"
I very slowly and very clearly ask him, "What manner of potions do you have?"
Potions? Potions, you say? Well, look along the right wall. I have all sorts of potions. What are you looking for?
Let me think. Perhaps something that might allow me to fly.
Ah, fly. He thinks for a minute.
Okay, we've got him firing on all cylinders, so let's coast this wave.
He walks behind him, and you see him kind of messing with almost like a safe. He opens it up, and he comes back and puts this almost purplish looking liquid on the counter.
Oh.
And he kind of looks it over, and he says, "Well, if you're looking for a flying potion, I believe that this might be the one you need. It's extremely high quality. I could not let it go for anything less than 500 gold."
Okay. Thank you. And what about potions of one moment. Potions of what is it black dragons are famous for? What is their like breath weapon?
Poison?
Acid, that's what it is.
Acid.
Do you have any potions of acid resistance?
He thinks for a minute.
I could take up to 6.
Yes, I believe I do. And he kind of gestures over to the right wall and says, "I believe they're the light green ones, I believe. For those, I could possibly let go for, say, 75 gold apiece."
I'll take 6.
I'll take 2, please.
I'm getting 1 for everybody.
Okay, well then I'll take 1 extra, just in case.
That's fine. So that's 6 times 75. Hang on. It's
450.
Cool. I'll just wait till my next level up to be able to fly.
Okay. All right. So,
Is there any kind of quantity discount? I gotta do a Vexalia here.
roll a persuasion check.
5-4, get 2 free.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guide myself surreptitiously. Not needed 23.
Well, I guess that you're such great customers that I could go 50 gold apiece on these.
You have a deal, my good sir.
So, add your, just go on and add 6 acid resistant potions to your inventory and subtract 300 gold.
Okay.
Can I do like an investigation around the shop to see if I see anything else that might help with protection or offense or anything?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Investigation. I see nothing.
I would actually like to roll a random investigation too, just to see if there's anything interesting that might.
I said I got a 9, I guess, but I thought it was a natural 1, so it was like, but no, it's a 7, so 9.
Yeah. So as you're kind of looking around, I mean, sure. I mean, there's various armor sets, kind of throughout the shop. Some of them could be resistant to acid or poison or what have you. They just kind of look like standard armor to you.
Raja would like to inquire about any items of regenerative properties.
Okay. So as Raja approaches, the old man kind of shakes his head quickly and goes, "Ah! You're a big boy, aren't you?
Muriel sniggers.
Welcome to my shop. What can I do for you?"
I'm looking for any particular items of healing qualities.
Where? Yeah, not potion, you say. Are you looking for armor? Rings?
I'd be open to a ring or a necklace of some sort, yes.
So he opens up this box and he slides it across the counter, and it's filled with rings. He says, "Well, I don't have a ring of regeneration. I could possibly get one, but you're probably talking 5-6 months before I could have it here. For that, I would have to go to a very faraway place."
No, it's not that dire. I'm just scope options.
So as you're looking through some of the other rings, kind of inscribed underneath, he's got a few different names there. There's you see a ring of animal influence. There is a ring of free action. There is a ring of necrotic resistance, and a ring of poison resistance. Almost said potion resistance. That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
Right?
So as you see those rings, he kind of swallows his hand over and says, "For anything on this row, you're looking at 300 gold apiece."
Okay.
But if you like, I could get this ring of regeneration on order. Like I said before, it will definitely take a while to get here.
How much for the ring of regeneration?
Oh, with shipping, you're probably talking somewhere northwards of 5,000 to 6,000 gold, my boy. If I had one in my shop, I could probably let something go around maybe 1,000 to 2,000, but that far away, I would have to send a team after that.
Yeah, I thought it was a shot in the dark. Anywho, no, I'll just move on. You have any tridents or lances in the shop by chance?
So he kind of takes him a minute. He looks and he says, maybe one. He kind of gestures over to the left-hand wall. You open up the cupboard, and there's a trident there. With the village being so close to the sea, it is actually a trident of fish command.
Nice.
Trident of fish command. Out of character, what are the perks of this trident?
Okay, so the trident is a magic weapon. It has 3 charges. While you carry it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to cast Dominate Beast with a save DC of 15 from it on a beast that has an innate swimming speed. The trident regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. So basically you would be able to like dominate a fish. I don't want to break copyright, but I'll say Aquaman.
Right. mm. It just doesn't feel my style, so I'm gonna pass on that as well.
So as you kind of finish up looking, the old man looks at you and he goes, you're a big boy, aren't you? Welcome to my shop. How can I help you?
You're helping me out pretty great, actually. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess.
I got one thing I was going to ask for, but forgot. Do you have any medical packs?
Medical packs. Let me browse through my. Let me browse real quick.
Like have a problem
Yep,
with
there
it
he
kind of
is.
thing.
No,
Right,
more
I'm back,
like
maybe. Oh, but we can't hear you.
Maybe.
There you are.
toy.
There you are.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll be back. Just a second.
Okay, I guess it's just you and me, Muriel.
So,
I think I'm still here.
I have to refresh my screen. Hang on.
fooled for a dragon.
That could be worth trying.
That would probably break Brandon.
You might need to get a specialist. Something like that would be intricate, I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, if
Okay.
right,
Apparently, it's not letting me pull you guys aside now, so we're all back together hanging out for a second, which is fine. I'll deal with that later. What are you trying to do to break me?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing, DM.
Can you hear us, Brandon?
I can hear some of you, I think.
So,
Okay,
we
so, like,
can't hear
you can't-
Albus or Muriel or Kyle.
I can hear
Okay.
Muriel
Yeah.
and Brandon.
So that's why I was
Hang on,
confused
I'll-
if you said we're all back together.
Yeah. Oh, there's Muriel.
Yes.
I hear Muriel now.
Okay. You know how I have that collar of bestial obedience that was pulled off that troll's neck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder if we couldn't get it retooled for a dragon.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be really cool.
Although, how do we get it on his neck?
Well, you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, okay?
Who would be controlling?
Why is it I can see Terrence jumping off a cliff onto the back of a black dragon to put it
You know, your boy has a death wish anyway. We may, we may as well just let him live it out.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you if you said, was there a bed kit at the store?
There are. They're 10 gold apiece. And they're healer kits. So, however many you're gonna buy, just add them to your inventory and take out the gold.
Raj is just going to buy some rations at this point.
Okay. All right. So, let's throw us all back out here real quick. So everyone can hear me again, right? I should have.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Better Duck, you're here.
Yep.
All right, and Albus.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, cool. We are all back together. So as the group, as our shopping group finishes up their little adventure, they head over to the tavern, which is number 3.
Nice. Making our way downtown. Walking down. Sorry. It has to be done, guys. It's a compulsion of a 90s child.
Exactly. Alright, so as you make your way there,
Dennis is like, I can't relate.
Yeah, y'all are babies.
I know.
this is where we will end our session tonight.
Okay.
Yay!
Will the other three of us have a chance to go shopping? Because
So
Okay.
so for the next set, so here's basically what's happening now. You've all gathered at the tavern. You will be having, basically conversations over dinner with what you've learned, so to speak. Um,
Cool.
sounds good.
Would we be able to like, I don't know. Well, I almost kind of want to like, I don't know, type it up in our chat thing just so I don't forget. You know what I mean? Because like I'm definitely gonna forget.
so I will say, since everyone is together, that yes, feel free to use the messenger chat this week. No metagaming. Strictly with what you learned.
I apologize for that, by the way. I realize.
Oh no, it's fine.
I helped.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say is the group that went shopping. You can't say anything about the shop owner.
Okay.
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little scared now.
Totally fine.
This is
It's
gonna be
fine. It's fine.
Because I'm not
Oh,
gonna
boy.
lie, he is probably my favorite character so far.
Uh-oh.
I can understand why.
Charming.
He is, yeah, without a doubt. Well, all right.
Well, the first
Trying to
question
think
I'm
of-
going to ask the group is, when we get into chat, is what did y'all learn at the temple? That good.
Well,
A
you
lot.
see, it's a very long story.
We learned a lot of nothing, but yeah, we learned it.
I get. I
Speak
get
for
the
yourself.
I know.
I get the feeling we're getting a few side quests from this. A lot of nothing.
Yeah, well. That's some
Less
great
side quests, more of
indirect route. Would that be better?
Okay.
if there was a pay grade and it was already going outside our pay grade, this stuff just went way out of
Way
our pay
over.
grade.
Oh, that good.
Oh.
Most
I like-
kings would be out of their pay grade.
So we're getting a raise. You mean?
You're right.
If we could pull this off, a king's ransom would be the least.
I see a 5. What's the 5?
The 5 is none of your business until next
What?
week.
The 5 is where the sneak attack comes in.
No, I'm kidding.
Uh-oh.
So the 5 is actually it's actually a wizard tower that is in the city. It just wasn't marked.
Oh.
Okay.
And actually, there's a 6. If you give me a second, I'll make it too.
Ooh,
Alright.
ooh. I like numbers, so yes, please.
Rachel, to answer your question before everything switched over, the reason is I don't want to accidentally spoil something if you have to be a player under me. I like my stories experienced fresh.
Okay.
Wait,
The 6 is the ship.
Right before we got pulled, I was talking about the campaign that I borrowed off of a children's
Oh,
show,
that's right.
and I
That's
wasn't
right,
going to
that's
say
right.
what it was because if on the off chance DM duties get switched, I want to.
I
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
I understand. I am excited now
No, I'm so excited.
for multiple things.
All right.
Yeah.
This is
So
great.
I've got some building to do this week. We need a new tavern. We need a wizard tower, and we might possibly need a boat. So,
I
Uh-oh.
don't think we do.
all right. Well, yeah. Like I said, that's where we will end it tonight.
We need a
All
bigger
right,
boat.
Everybody
Always
have a
need
good
better
night.
boat.
great,
All right.
great story progression
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
session. Loved it.
Can't wait to see the video.